Alright, I'm going to teach you how to install Cygwin. First you go to cygwin.com. Here it is, what it looks like. It's pretty simple, it's open source. It's made to run on Windows and look like Linux. You will have to, if you are used to Linux or you use Linux already, you won't need to use this, but if you're used to it, it's going to help out a lot, especially if you know any commands. First thing you do is you click on Install or Update Now, go to Save File, and then Setup will download. You open this, and it's going to come up to this screen. You just click Next. You can install from Internet, which is pretty good. It'll download the files, keep them, or you can download without installing, or install from local directory if you've already downloaded them without installing them. But I would use install from Internet. Go to Next. You choose what directory you want. This is good right here, install for all users in Unix binary, unless you want just for me. Unix binary is pretty good. It's the best one to use. I would recommend that. You go to Next, and then the local package directory, you choose where it's going to store them. So, and then you choose like your internet options, usually direct connection. It'll download a mirror list. Here's all of the mirrors. You can choose any of them. Probably one that sounds close to you. I choose X Mission. They're pretty close. They're about an hour away. Takes a couple seconds to connect and download this. There's a giant list of all these programs you can download for Cygwin. Now here we go. I'm going to make this bigger. Now, hopefully you can see this, but there's a gigantic list over here of all of the packages that are available to you. Up here there's 4 of them. This is like this one is set on current. That's what I like the best. This one's like experimental use. Wouldn't use that. Previous if you want to be really stable, but you know, current is the best. They always put the good ones on there. Pretty much what you'll want to do is make sure you have some documenting programs. A lot of them are pretty close, pretty standard. Man, I like man. It's good. It gives you manual pages. Development. Here we go. We're going to want to make sure that you get the GCC G++ compiler, C++ compiler right there. You can get anything else you want in here. Like literally you can spend hours and hours just looking through all of the things in here. Let's see, editors. Depending on what type of editor you use, I like VI. That one's pretty good. There's Emacs, which is kind of silly to use unless you want to learn how to use a GUI. I'm not going to teach you how to do a GUI because it's a lot of work for just programming. Nano is pretty easy to use. Never used Mind before, but if you're barely starting out, you don't know what you're doing, probably Nano would be a good one. VI Improved is also pretty good, but it's not for beginners. So if you have a good handle on how to use computers real well, I would go with Vim or VI. Pretty much what I do is I just install everything. I don't really worry about space, but there's a lot of stuff on here that you probably don't need. Anyways, you go to Next. It'll start downloading them all, start installing them all. Once that's done, all you got to do is open up your Cygwin. I have one right here. And then you'll start in your home directory, which it'll be empty. I've created a source one. What you want to do is make a directory, mkdir, make a directory, space, and then whatever you want it to be called. I did one called src, which stands for source. Once you're done with that, once you hit enter, you'll see it appear here. Then you'll do cd, which is change directory, src. Go in here, and I have a couple programs I've made here. Well, one program I've made here. You can watch that in the other video that I've made on how to make your first C++ program. Pretty straightforward on how to install and run Cygwin. Maybe eventually I will put up how to pull up a GUI, but you really don't need a user interface for the kind of things that you'll be doing here. If you want to see VI kind of looks like this. It's just pretty simple. You have to use your arrow keys to move around. You can also use H, J, or JKL and semicolon. I can't remember. Arrow keys. Use the arrow keys. I is insert. X, if you once you're done inserting, hit escape, then you hit X, you can delete stuff. You can hit DD to delete lines. A to insert after. It's a pretty useful one because sometimes you can't like slide over all the way here. I'm trying to, and it won't, so you hit A and it inserts after. Hit escape, there you go. To save it, you do escape and then :W to write. :Q is quit. You can also do both of them at the same time by doing :WQ. There you go. Let's see, one other useful thing. Yeah, you do :set space number. It'll tell you the line here. So if you ever wondered how many lines of code you've done, it's really easy to tell. That's just the best way for me to do it. WQ, there you go. Everything's done. To clear this, after you're done, you just hit clear. There you go. And now it's all nice and clean. You can do whatever you want to. When you're done, you hit exit. Just type exit, it'll log you out. And that's how you download and install Cygwin. It's pretty easy. It'll probably take you a really long time if it's the first time you've ever done it. So, good luck.